What's going on, guys? Mateo Potato back with another Casual Friday review, and this time we're taking a look at the Armada line, starting with the Herald of Unicron himself, Thrust. Now, for those of you who haven't watched my past Armada reviews, I grew up with Armada. It was kind of like my G1. I'm in that area where I was like probably about 6 when Armada was on TV, and I absolutely loved it. I always thought Thrust was a really, really good character. The way he kind of played Megatron and all the Decepticons, being a Herald of Unicron, I thought that was really neat. But I never had a toy of him until recently, and to be honest, I am a little underwhelmed. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't hate the figure. For example, this jet mode is actually really, really nice. I quite enjoy this. Just a couple things, though, that you'll see when we get on with the review. But before we take a look at Thrust, let's take a look at, there we go, his Minicon, Inferno. Now, this Minicon is, it's very simple. He's not the best Minicon, but he's not the worst either. He's right about average. So to get him transformed, you just flip the arms down like that, take the gun off the peg, fold his feet around, and I guess he has a waist rotation, which is not necessary for the transformation, so I guess it's a little bit of an added bonus in there. Just take the gun, you can plop it right on his arm on either side, and he does, if it'll stay in there. There we go. And he does fire his missile. It's actually really, really nice, too. It still fires really well. But it is very much a hair trigger, so if you even bump it, it'll go flying. As far as his robot mode goes, it's pretty nice. He's got a nice eye patch right there. Nice face detailing. Kind of reminds me of like a mad scientist in a way. I'm not sure why. Just kind of does. Articulation, arms, legs, knee bend. The works. He's got a waist rotation, which is, a little bit of an added bonus. So, like, you can actually pose him, unlike most of the Minicons where you just have to kind of stand them upright. But enough about Inferno. Let's move on to Thrust. Now, like I said, Thrust in the show is a very compelling character. He's a very neat villain. I quite enjoyed his presence in the show. And this toy captures his jet mode very, very well. I quite like this alt mode. Overall, it's a really nice jet mode. I kind of could deal without this hole here in the back. I mean, you kind of have to have Inferno to fill out the jet mode. The missiles do fire. They are pressured. So, depending on whether or not you want to shoot them at your friend's eye and cause permanent blindness or not, you can totally do that. Yeah, that's it for the jet mode. Wheels roll. You have retractable landing gear. Like I said, I really like this jet mode. And if he had a port for a flight stand, I would display him in jet mode continuously, because personally, jet mode is his best mode. And let's move on to the robot mode so I can show you what I'm talking about. Swoosh.
You don't scare me anymore, Galvatron. Unlike you, I've learned to choose my allies wisely. Did you expect me to grovel in front of you? Not likely. I have no need for you. All we ever did was fight one meaningless battle after another. What was the point? You wanted to control the Minicons and the universe, but we know that'll never happen now.
And here we have Thrust in robot mode. He's definitely a transformer. So, like I mentioned before, his robot mode is not the best. I do like the way the intakes become the feet, and I think this would have been cool if it was better executed. I mean, he's just got big old engines for hands. Doesn't really got anything else going on. I mean, you can take the Inferno's gun here, and you should be able to plug it in this way. So, I mean, it works like that. I just really wish the hands had been better executed. I mean, these wings don't move or rotate around, so you can't really move them out of the way. If this hole was just a little bit closer to the intake, I think that would have been a lot nicer as like a weapon holder. But yeah, the arms are really what kind of fail this figure. I do like a couple other things though. I do like I said, the intakes becoming the feet. I like the nose cone on the head. I think that's a great homage to the original cone heads. And I kind of really wish we had gotten this painted in like a G1 color scheme. I know they did a Power Links version. I think it was a Power Links version where it was red and black. And I really wish, you know, we'd gotten the white and red color scheme and then maybe a blue and brownish. This part here kind of irritates me. It's basically just a butt flap. It doesn't do anything. It's just kind of there. And it gets in the way of the leg posability because in order to keep the leg straight, they peg right into the same holes that they were pegged into for jet mode. So, I mean, that will keep him steady, but you eliminate all leg articulation. Speaking of articulation, there's rotation in the head. You can wiggle his nose cone up and down to cover his face. So, like, if you want him to play peekaboo, he can. His arms move rotate 360, although these big blocky arm wings kind of hinder that due to the backpack. No bicep swivel, does have an elbow. Again, it's hindered by these stupid arm wings. Waist, which is really nice. I appreciate that. Really nice waist swivel. Forwards and backwards movement. It clicks once in the knee, and you have a full ball joint in here, but there's like a little slot in there. See if you can see it right there, and you push it down and it clicks, and now you can't move his knee unless you click it, and then the foot can move a little bit. So he's not dead solid, he's not a brick. He's quite posable. I really enjoy him. Anyways, I like putting this guy in poses. I guess there's another mode where you completely turn his head around. You take this back wing section, you fold it like that, and then you take Inferno, and you put it on his chest, and I think you're supposed to flip this around, and then all you do is pull down on Inferno, and I don't know what this is supposed to be. I think he used it once in the show, and I thought it was stupid then, and I kind of think it's stupid now. But at least it's not a gimmick that you have to have. Like, it's not hindering to the transformation, and at very worst, it makes the wing section joggle a little bit while you're trying to pose him. He's not terrible. He's got a gimmick, but the gimmick does not interfere with the transformation at all. It doesn't interfere with the robot mode at all. I just really, really can't get past those hands. I mean, they're cool if you want to use them as, like, flamethrowers or as, like, I don't know, Photoshop some smoke in there, I guess. That's really it for Thrust. I mean, it's a really cool take on the character. I really enjoy the Armada character, Thrust. I think he's a very compelling villain and a very worthy Herald of Unicron. I really wish, you know, he at least had a port for a flight stand. I might just have to get one of those grab ones so I can leave him in jet mode, because jet mode is his best mode, sadly. And, I mean, he comes with a pretty good minicon, one of the better ones. So, if you're gonna pick him up, I wouldn't pay more than a few dollars for him. If you're gonna get more than one of him, I guess, go ahead. I don't know why you would. And it's an Armada toy. Armada toys weren't the best to begin with, but they're pretty nice for what they are. So, this is Mateo Potato, and this has been another Casual Friday review. Like, subscribe, do whatever it is you guys do, and I will see you all in the next video. And until then, bye-bye.